Senator says teachers are overworked. TPP chairman says there are no safe seats in the 2025 general elections. Gary Griffith condemns opposition leaders' remarks, and the TRI chairman says not enough is being done to address waste management issues in Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening, I am Bianna Brebner. Welcome to the Tobago Updates Television News for Tuesday, 21st January 2025. To our top story this evening, schools across Trinidad and Tobago are grappling with a growing wave of violence, which is jeopardizing the safety and well-being of students and staff. Despite efforts by various stakeholders to implement policies and initiatives aimed at curbing these incidents, Martin Lonkin, president of the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, has pointed to deeper systemic issues. He said the challenges schools face are rooted in inadequate resources and a broader societal breakdown which continues to fuel the problem. Reporter Josh Eldan tells us more.
In recent years, videos depicting violence among students have circulated widely in local media, with recent footage showing a physical altercation between a student and a teacher, resulting in injuries to the teacher who had to seek medical attention. The student was suspended and investigations are ongoing. This raises concerns about how teachers should respond in such situations. According to Martin Lumpkin, president of Tutor, teachers typically intervene instinctively in an attempt to de-escalate conflicts.
Whenever a teacher intervenes, it's usually due to instinct, and a number of our teachers can't stand by and allow to see a fight taking place without intervening. And in some instances, our teachers intervene where before it becomes physical as well too, trying to de-escalate the situation.
He said teachers are not really trained to handle physical altercations with students, even though Tutor has always been advocating for that kind of training.
We need to get more training in handling situations like that, because the average teacher is not trained fully to handle these sort of situations.
Martin Lumpkin highlighted that one of the main challenges teachers face is the growing number of roles they are expected to take on, including parenting students, a responsibility that has reversed traditional dynamics and left many educators feeling overworked. He emphasized the urgent need for additional resources and student support services to better assist at-risk students within the school system.
Now, the teachers have to be parents, lawyers, doctors, etc., which we used to, but the demands are even more because of what is taking place in the homes and society, that breakdown as well.
Joshua Dan, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Tobago's People Party has not yet disclosed its prospective candidates for the upcoming 2025 general elections for Tobago East and West seats. The party's chairman, Aunt Natasha II, announced that the party is prepared for expansion. She confirmed that candidates have already been selected through a democratic process. Reporter Josh Eldan has the details.
The Tobago PNM Council is currently the only political party in Tobago to officially announce its prospective candidates to contest the Tobago East and West seats, Ayanna Webster Roy, MP Shamfa Cajole Lewis, respectively. The Tobago People's Party, through party chairman Aunt Natasha II, has confirmed that nominations for candidates have already been submitted.
The general election process for us has begun with the call for nominations, and I'm pleased to say that we have a very strong cadre of Tobagonians, all ages, all professions, who have put their foot forward to try to contest and represent the TPP. So the party will shortly indicate who will be our candidates for Tobago East and Tobago West.
She said at this time she cannot disclose how many candidates were submitted, but shared that very specific criteria needed to be met for one to be considered for nomination, which she described as, quote, a very democratic process, end quote.
One of the criteria that was needed was that we needed 6 financial members of the party to nominate persons, whether East or West. So you had to come from a party group or be a a functioning member of the party. So it's a very democratic process.
She is of the belief that there are no safe seats in the upcoming elections.
It is our intention to expand our horizons by taking Tobago East and Tobago West. There are no safe seats in Tobago. As the campaign manager for Sonny Craig in the Bucko Mount Pleasant area, we dispelled any notions of safe seats on the island a long time ago. So Tobago West not safe, Tobago East not safe.
Joshua Dan, Tobago Updates, Television News.
The Caribbean Community, CARICOM, has accepted an invitation from Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley to deploy an election observation team for Trinidad and Tobago's 2025 general election. This was announced by the Office of the Prime Minister in a letter dated January 13th. CARICOM's Secretary General, Dr. Carla Barnett, confirmed the Secretariat's readiness to make the necessary arrangements for the mission. She stated that they are honored to support the government of Trinidad and Tobago and all member states holding elections in 2025 in their efforts to uphold democracy, the rule of law, and the governance. The invitations follows Rowley's December 9, 2024 pledge in Parliament to invite CARICOM observers for the elections. The Office of the Prime Minister reiterated its commitment to free, fair and transparent elections and welcomed CARICOM's role in maintaining these democratic traditions. We'll take a break and come back. Stay with us.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 gigabyte fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Good morning.
Welcome back. Waste management in Trinidad and Tobago remains a significant issue According to the director of Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative, Sean Roberts, who believes the government is not fully committed to addressing the matter. He attributes part of the problem to the Environmental Management Authority, stating that while the EMA should function as an oversight body for waste management, it instead attempts to control stakeholder operations, complicating and frustrating the process. More in this report from Candice Jackson.
When it comes to UN Sustainable Development Goal 12, Trinidad and Tobago is falling short in reducing its waste. This was recently highlighted at a Parliamentary Public Accounts and Appropriations inquiry. However, Director of the Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative, TRRI, Sean Roberts stated achieving zero waste is not hard.
But it's just that the relevant stakeholders have to stop operating in silos and let the respective stakeholders do what they're supposed to do and do it well, and everything will be fine.
Roberts explained that several organizations like TRI are equipped to handle waste processing such as plastic bottle recycling. However, he claimed that the EMA fails to provide the enabling environment to allow these organizations to operate smoothly. Using waste collection as an example, he stated that organizations should be allowed to manage their own collection efforts.
Because why we have to be involved is because we have to be very careful what we're receiving. We don't want our garbage coming to our facility, so we have to know what is being picked up.
Roberts believes that the EMA should focus on remaining an oversight body. He stated that organizations should be required to maintain transparency and accountability to the EMA in order to receive funding. He noted that this approach was already in place with TRI, which also has a partnership with the THA.
We will submit the documents to the THA and have the EMA in copy. The THA responsibility is to authenticate what we submit, and they will certify it by signing off or countersigning it, and then they will give the instructions. EMA P.
The EMA has stopped funding organizations like TRRI due to shortages in the Green Fund, which has impacted operations in Tobago.
It at one time the littering had significantly reduced. Now as soon as you see the reef start, the littering increase, almost competing with what we're picking up from the bins, and that is just something that was alarming for us. That's why the littering increased again.
After beginning operations in 2018, TRRI had been counting on funding pledged by the EMA to invest in incentive programs designed to encourage residents to exchange plastic bottles for cash.
We had already worked out the savings from, we was getting from that funding, because we already calculate based on how much exports we're doing, how much we're going to reinvest. So we're going to now use those funds that came from the Green Fund via the EMA for TRI to spend, $1 million allocated for incentive.
Roberts stated that until the EMA restores funding and begins to support organizations like TRI, the struggle to manage waste will persist. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
National Transformation Alliance leader Gary Griffith has criticized opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar for her remarks on Trinidad and Tobago-U.S. bilateral relation, calling her statement a diplomatic misstep. Persad-Bissessar congratulated incoming U.S. President Donald Trump while harshly criticizing the outgoing Joe Biden administration, describing its policies as disastrous. In response, Griffith asserted that Trinidad and Tobago has historically maintained strong ties with successive U.S. administrations, regardless of political affiliation. He said such relations are vital for trade, security, and cultural exchange, adding that diplomacy demands neutrality. Griffith, who served as Persad-Bissessar's National Security Minister for 2013 to 2015 and later as Police Commissioner, expressed concerns that her comments could strain TNT-US relation. He labeled her statement a failure of sound diplomatic judgment. Griffith argued that representatives of the nation must prioritize diplomacy and avoid partisan remarks that may jeopardize international alliances. Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines has confirmed that several of the nation's Coast Guard vessels have successfully undergone repairs and dry docking service and are now back in operations. Speaking in the Senate today, he reported that 2 hostile vessels recently completed dry docking in the Dominican Republic and rejoined service within the past few weeks. Additional 2 of the 6 Damen vessels have also completed repairs and are now operational.
The Damen patrol vessels are also being sent for dry docking, recertification, repairs and maintenance, and will all return to active service shortly. 2 have actually returned from Suriname, and 1 is in its docking phase right there as we speak.
Meanwhile, the National Security Minister noted that Tobago's borders are currently being patrolled by 1 Coast Guard vessel.
Tobago is serviced by a smaller vessel, which is used for close inshore patrols, while the Coast Guard continues to deploy various smaller craft for similar type operations in Trinidad.
Hines also assured that despite several vessels awaiting repairs, the borders of Trinidad and Tobago remain secure. You are watching Updates Television News. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Thanks for staying with us. Recently, the Ministry of Education announced that Venezuelan migrants with children under the age of 18 would be integrated into Trinidad and Tobago's formal education system. During today's session in the Senate, Leader of Government Business Dr. Amy Brown stated that there are specific criteria that the migrants must fulfill before being considered for enrollment in the education system.
1. Migrant registration card. 2. The birth certificate of the child. 3. The certified translation of the birth certificate of the child. 4. The immunization record of the child. 5. Proof of address, letter from landlord with copy of a recent utility bill as verified of address must be presented. And finally, a passport-sized photo of the child.
He explained that while some students are already enrolled in the system, there are others who do not meet the required standards and are currently relying on non-governmental organizations for support.
These involve a number of non-governmental organizations, a number of religious groups, retired teachers and other entities that do provide services and education outside of the formal system.
He noted that this is not a new process and expressed his satisfaction with the efforts of the Ministry of Education.
Very pleased that some progress has been made on this matter and a significant cohort of the children in need of formal education are now able to access same. So if there was a question there, I'm hoping there was also a response.
The weather report is next. Stay with us.
Attention, members of TWCU Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Are you ready to take the next step and help shape your credit union's future? This is your chance to get involved. We're now accepting nominations for elections at our 75th Annual General Meeting 2025. Open positions include spots on the Supervisory Committee, the Board of Directors, and the Credit Committee. Nomination packages are available on our website www.twcu.co.tt. Or you can pick one up at our Port of Spain or Tobago offices. The completed forms can be dropped off at the said offices or emailed to nominations@twcu.co.tt no later than January 17, 2025 at 3 p.m. For more information, visit our website at www.twcu.co.tt. Don't miss this opportunity to make a difference. Apply today and guide the future of your credit union. TWCU Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Our credit union, one family.
Tonight I am here with the Giant African Snail Eradication Team, a small but dedicated team of men who work tirelessly every night to help suppress and eventually eradicate the giant African snail in the infested areas of Tobago. The giant African snail, as you know, is a pest of several species of plants and is also the vector of the rat lungworm that can cause meningitis in humans. Tonight we want to emphasize the need for public participation. We have our dedicated staff here who work tirelessly on a regular basis to eradicating your spaces. However, the exercise will only be effective if we have cooperation and coordination with members of the public. How can you help to help us eradicate the giant African snail, you may ask? You can do that by checking the division's Facebook page every Monday and you will see the eradication schedule. If you have the time, you can avail yourself by calling or WhatsApping 482-7528, which is the Plant Protection Hotline, and volunteer to work alongside the eradication team. Why is that important to come out and work with the eradication team? We have 5 men here working, but if we have an additional 5 pair of eyes, more snails can be intercepted. So we are calling on everyone who has the time and is able to come out with your closed-toe footwear, preferably boots, but anything that covers your toes, and of course a torch, and come prepared to help us collect and destroy these dangerous and destructive pests.
With Flow Business's new smart solutions, powered by super fast, reliable broadband, you'll feel like there are more versions of you working for you. From website design, development, and digital marketing to promote your business, 24/7 business class support to cloud solutions, security, and more. Multiply your growth today.
Now for the weather update from the TNT Met office. Tonight, mostly fair at times breezy, despite a few brief passing showers. Tonight's temperatures are expected to be at 23 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, mainly sunny and breezy, windy conditions are expected, despite the likelihood of a few passing showers. Overnight will be mostly fair, cooled, and at times breezy, despite the odd shower. Daytime temperatures will rise to 31 degrees Celsius, with a heat index of 34 degrees Celsius. Seas rough, with waves 2.5 to 3 meters in open waters and 1.5 to 2 meters in sheltered areas. All marine interests are advised to exercise extreme caution as hazardous sea alerts, yellow level, remains in effect. Tomorrow's sunrise is expected at 6:27 and sunset at 6:02. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines before we go. Tutor says teachers are overworked. TPP chairman says there are no safe seats in the 2025 general election. Gary Griffith condemns opposition leaders' remarks, and the TRI chairman says not enough is being done to address waste management issues in Trinidad and Tobago. I am Bianna Brebner. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.